Okay, Assalamualaikum and good evening, everyone. So my name is Nizahan from Acad system. Welcome back to our free online lesson. All right, so for today's free online lesson, we'll be covering on an extension or an add-on for Fusion 360, which called the plastic part or plastic design. All right, so I believe not everyone have these features. So this here tree is our agenda for today. All right, so the first one will be plastic design. What is a plastic design? And plastic rule, and finally plastic tools. All right, so for the plastic tools, we will be covering only two features. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, plastic design. The product design extension within Autodesk Fusion 360 is a great addition to the design workspace. This allows us to create rules for the material. Before I continue, can you guys hear me? And can you guys see my screen? Yeah, I believe, yes. All right, thank you, Lim Fongren. All right, so I will continue. Okay, the product design extension within Autodesk Fusion 360 is a great addition to the design workspace. This allows us to create rules for materials we work with. These rules can include thickness range, draft angles, nominal radius, and more, giving us great intelligence in the design process, which helps automate the process further. Okay, as you can see here, all right, this is the tab or the panel for the plastic. Okay, these two is what we are going to cover for today's free online lesson. All right. Plastic rules. Okay, using plastic rules in the product design extension allows us to choose modeling parameters which will guide the design as we apply features. These are assigned to components in your design. Fusion comes with various preset, okay, various preset, which is this one. All right, plastic rule library. You see ABS, nylon, polypropylene, and ABS, nylon, and propylene for inches. All right. So there is 3 for millimeter and 3 for inches. Okay. These are the preset rules built in the extension. So these rules can be edited and created within the plastic rule library. So these two buttons, okay, the most powerful one will be the left one. All right, is to assign plastic rules. Okay, every time you want to actually create or you want to use the plastic design, you have to assign the plastic rule first. All right. Okay, don't worry in case you forgot to actually assign the plastic rule. Once you actually select any plastic tools, they will ask you to actually assign plastic rule to the product or to the object. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, so to edit, okay, how about to create your own? Okay, you can create your own. I believe there's a lot more material, the plastic material other than ABS, nylon, and polypropylene, right? Okay, so to create, you can go to here. Okay, manage plastic rule. So this one, okay, this one is for assign plastic rule, and the other one is to manage. Okay, manage plastic rule. So the rules will then be used when adding features to your component. Okay, next. So plastic tools. Okay, the first one that we will be covering is boss. Okay, so boss is this one. All right. This is a great tool within the design extension, allowing us to create bosses inside of our component driven by sketch points. Okay, this will require a sketch with points to drive the positioning of the feature. This will automatically merge the sketch plane to the next surface with a boss. The boss will take the draft angle and thickness into account. Okay, so once you select boss, all right, on plastic tab, you will see the panel here. Okay, so the panel, you tap this one. This one is for boss plastic tools. All right. So it will show you this one. All right. So this is where you manage your hole type, hole depth type, okay, and so on. All right. So plastic tools. Okay, if you enable the visibility of two connected bodies, it will automatically create two bosses, one on either side of the sketch plane. Okay, connecting the two parts. We can also insert fastener and configure their type and size within the dialog. All right, so this one, after we add, okay, the boss feature or the boss tool, you have to open. Okay, you have to open the other part. So you will show you these two. Okay, if not, the top one don't have the boss feature. Okay, one example that I could show you which have the boss feature would be, for example, this one. Okay, a computer mouse or any, or you can see inside a toy, all right, or any plastic object. Okay, so this one is the boss. All right. Okay, next, plastic tools second feature, which are snap fit. All right, similar to boss, snap fits are driven in their positioning by sketch points. Okay, this create geometry on bodies in one of three types. Okay, parallel hook and groove and perpendicular hook and groove. All right, as well as hook and loop. These features will again be driven by the plastic rules set out for the part. Okay, picking up the thickness, draft angle. You can adjust the angle of each of the hooks, either for all or individually, as well as extending them or shortening them to fit your model. Okay. So next. All right. So this, if you have both bodies visible, same as the boss, right? So and your hook will intersect the second body, it will automatically cut out some clearance within the second body. Okay. So for this one, okay, the red one would be a hole, all right? Where the snap fit will intersect. Okay, so snap fit comes from here, will intersect here. Okay. So here are the example for snap fit. Okay, I can show you. So here, my mouse, all right. This is the snap fit. I'm not sure if you can see it, okay? So here is the snap fit. And where does it intersect with? So here is where the snap fit will intersect, all right? So today, we'll be creating two plastic tools, all right? Using two plastic tools. The first one will be boss, and the second one will be snap fit, all right? So I will be showing you. Okay. Can you guys see my Fusion 360? Yeah, I think you guys can. All right, thank you very much. Okay, so this one, yeah, I'm not sure what to call this. I call it as a storage or storage. All right, so where we put, or I put my stuff here inside. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is how do I connect this to body part? All right, so first body and second body. How do I connect it? All right, so to connect it, I use, okay, welcome. All right, so to connect these two body parts, I use the boss features. All right, so where do I find the boss features? All right, where do I find the plastic tools? So here, tab above, you will see the plastic tab. Okay, so I click on it. All right, so here is the boss. All right, creates a boss feature to fasten two solid bodies. All right, fasten two solid bodies together and reinforce thin areas of a design. Okay, select a sketch point. All right, so this is the most important part. All right, you have to have a sketch first to assign or to add. Okay, to add the boss feature. Okay, so what I do now is, okay, remember we have to first assign, right? Okay, must first assign a plastic roll. Okay, for example, I will be using ABS. Okay, so I select object, this one and this one. All right. Press OK. All right, so here we show you document setting plastic roll ABS 1.5 milliliter. Okay, so now I have assigned the plastic roll. Okay, for example, if I don't or I don't remember to assign the plastic roll, okay, what happens? Okay, so if I click boss, okay, oh, cannot. All right. So first I have to actually create a sketch first. All right. So in order to create the sketch, what I do is, okay, I use the command P. Okay, to project. So I click this one. Okay, I select this one and select this one. Enter. Okay, project means all the lines or all the edges of the solid geometry will become a sketch. Okay, simply put, it will become sketch. Okay, so here I have this sketch. All right. Okay, so I finish sketch and then I click on boss, select. Okay, now no plastic roll assigned. So this is what happened when I say that. Don't worry if you actually forgot to assign the plastic roll. Okay, it will ask you or it will remind you that you haven't put the plastic roll or you haven't assigned any plastic roll to the component. So I click assign plastic roll. Okay, so I will choose ABS for body 1 and body 2. Okay, and then press or select OK. So now I'm done with the assigning my plastic roll. So I will be assigning or I will be putting the boss feature. Okay, so sketch points. All right. So before we put or before we use any plastic tools, you have to actually have a sketch. All right, have a sketch. Okay, create a sketch. So for boss, you need to have a point. All right, so I select first point. Okay, second point, third point, and fourth. All right. Okay, before that, don't click OK yet. Oh, sorry. Okay. Now, if I click OK without even showing the body 1, all right, the body 1 won't have the what you call the boss from the top. Okay, the second part. If you actually press OK now, right now, our body 1 won't have the boss feature. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to open this one. All right, now it will show you. Okay, so this one is for the top and this one is for the bottom. Okay, and as you can see, here is where you can actually manage your boss. All right, so offset position is where the screw or the boss will offset, okay, from the point. All right, so here the head, okay, for the screw. All right, it's for the screw. Okay, I can change to round. I can change to this one, flat, oval, hex, and so on. And the drive also we can change. Okay, this one is the preset. All right, what is in here. Okay, next is the thread form. Okay, thread form. All right, you can change the thread diameter. All right, the length. All right. Okay, next. Side 1, body 1, ABS. So side 1, body 1 is the top one. Side 2, body 3 is the bottom one. So for now my boss right now is from the bottom. Okay, I can change it to through body. Okay, meaning my boss will go through all. All right. Okay. So next hole type, you can change to counter bore, countersink. Okay, depending on the screw that you are using. Right. Okay. All right. Here we are. Yeah, create back. Okay, again. Select 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Okay, for example, you have done manage your own boss, right? You have changed the depth, the head type, the drive, right? So I click OK. Okay, I hit OK. So now you can see my boss right here. So when I close this one, show you the boss. Okay, so I believe if you don't know that a boss can have a support system or a balance, a stable one. So how do I put it? So to put it, okay, it is like a rib, right? So to put the rib, I go here, okay, I right click and then edit feature, okay. So I edit feature. On the right side here, right tab, we will have ribs. All right. So now I click the ribs. Okay, so the thickness I will put 0.2, for example. What's this? Yes. I'm not sure what happened. Yeah. Okay, so what happens is it become like this. All right, so this is the rib now. Okay, let me check the features back. Edit feature. Okay, so rib. Is it because I don't actually go for selected? Okay, one side to replace inspect input. One. project first. Plastic was okay if I don't change. All right. Oops. Okay, here. So now this is the ribs, all right? Okay, here you go. So you can change the total angle, all right? The thickness, the trough angle, the M1, okay? You can follow here, all right? So after you have done, you just click OK. Okay, so here is my rib, is my boss with ribs, all right? So I can show you. All right. So this is how it looks like, all right? Okay, this is the screw and the boss. Okay, this is what we call the boss. Okay, next we will go through snap fit. Okay, for snap fit, I will be using this model. Okay, I create my own using my mouse. Okay, okay, I'm using my mouse. So what I'm going to do now is actually create a snap fit between these two. All right. So first and second body parts. All right. Solid bodies. So this one is the first body and second body. All right, and second body. So what I'm going to do now is to have a space for it for the snap fit to intersect. So what I'm going to do is draw here. Okay, I draw a point. Okay. Yeah, this one I will make is 0.4 and 0.4. 0.4. Right, enter. Okay. Point. Okay. All right. Now, solid extrude. This one I extrude two object. Okay. Adjacent faces. Okay. This one, right click, extrude it to sides because I want it to be here also. Okay, so the first side, I'll be using two objects. And as for the second side, I'll be using two objects also. All right. And don't forget to hit join. And then operation join. And then click OK. So now I have a space where my snap fit, okay, my snap fit will intersect. All right, an intersection. Okay, now I need to create the snap fit for this mouse. So I will be creating here. So I will draw here. Remember, we have to actually insert a point. So I will insert point here in the middle. Okay, in the middle, that. And then I will go and draw a rectangular 0.4, perhaps 0.5, right? And then I extrude this drawing, same like the other one, to object, right? So object I select, or this one, no. This one I don't use to object, this one I use distance. So the distance would be negative, all right? So negative 0.4. Okay. So now, create sketch. So I create a point for my snap fit, enter. So finish sketch. Okay. So now I go to plastic and I select snap fit. So I select snap fit, assign plastic rules. So I'll be using ABS also. So 41, 43. Okay. 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 Oh, I think this one better if we turn right. So I edit right or no. This one I edit picture as join. So okay. All right. So now I have body 1 and body 2. So I click snap fit. Right, so here comes the part where you actually have to manage. Okay. So I will be changing or managing my snap fit. All right. Wait a moment. Okay. So this one, the depth, I will change to 0.4. Okay. Remember to open our intersection body, right? So I open the body 3. Okay, so for the hook, all right. A, okay, so the A is the height for this snap fit. So for the height or the thickness, I will change to also the base depth. Okay, so the base depth I will change to 0.1. Okay, 0.2. All right, 0.1, 0.4. Okay, here I will let it be. Okay, and for F 0.1. Okay, G also I don't change. Okay. I think that, so the G1 is this one. So the G1, because mine is actually, I don't think you can see, but for the G1, okay, for the G part, this one, this corner and this corner is combined. So I change to 0. All right, so it becomes like this. Okay, one corner only. So this distance. Okay, so for the H, all right, H, I change to 0.2. And then for the angle, okay, angle A1 and angle A2, I change to 90. And this one I change to 40. Okay. So next is the groove. Okay, so the groove, what is groove? So the groove is this one, okay, the space where it intersects. All right. So as you can see, if I let it be, there is a hole here. Okay. If I press OK, you can see there is a hole. So I need to manage it properly. So edit features. So I edit the groove only. So for the groove, what I do is, so for the J, okay, this height, all right, I change to 0.05. Okay, for K, I let it be because I want it to be the same as F. All right. So L, I change to 0.41. Okay, and for the N, I will be changing it to 0.25. And R, I let it be as 0. Okay, and then press OK. So now I have successfully created my groove. Okay, for example, a groove, I mean the snap fit. Okay. Okay, this happens because I think I misput, or I actually accidentally put 2 points, so it will automatically, okay, for example, you can see edit feature. So here, sketch point, they suspect or they detect I have 2. So make sure to double check, all right? So we only need 1, to be honest. We only need 1, actually. Okay. So this one, for example. Okay. All right. So hook. Okay, this one, same. Okay, same. So I press OK. So now, this is what I want. All right. This is a snap fit. Okay, I think you guys, everybody recognize this feature in air conditioner remote control, right? Or even in the TV remote control, where you have to put the battery. You have this one as for the cover. Okay, so okay, if I want to show you properly, I can go to here, over here. inspect section analysis. Okay, so cut plane, I will choose this one. Okay. So this is how it will be seen inside. Okay. So if I put the pressure on top, okay, what happened is this will go down and go backward. All right. So if I want to put it back, I push and the pressure will be set here. So I will follow the angle. So you follow the angle and pop, it will snap like that. So it snap like that. All right. Okay. I think that is all from me, where I have covered a little bit on boss and snap fit. All right. Okay. Before I end, I want to show you a little bit of our website. Okay. So our website, all right. Okay. Here is our website. If you go down, you will see latest Autodesk promotion and news. Okay. If you go down a little bit more, you will see our free online lesson or courses. All right. So you can join if you have free time. You can join free, right? Zero charge. All right. If you have any inquiries, you can go to email and email us anything. Okay. For example, if you have inquiry for help, for example, technical issue, you can go to our help desk. Okay. And then create a new ticket as guest. All right. You can tell us what the issue that you have faced. All right. So we will try and contact you as soon as possible. All right. So do you guys have any questions? You can ask me. Regarding the boss, the snap fit, or even the plastic part. Okay, so for the plastic part, actually, is an extension, all right? So some people don't have it because they don't buy it, separately. Okay, so the plastic part is a feature you have to buy separately. Okay, so if you have, okay, I don't think everyone will use it, but if you perlukan, okay, if you actually need it, all right, need to use the feature, you can send an email to our sales team. All right. You go to our website and drop inquiry. Sales team will help you. Okay. So if you guys have any question, you guys can drop in the chat. Okay. How much is that option? How much? Do you mean by the cost? Okay, it depends on, it doesn't, I think it depends on the tool. So wait, I think you can, if you have any inquiry, you can, yeah, wait a moment. Yeah, I believe you can email our sales team. Okay. Okay, you can email sales team, all right? So sales@acadsystems.com. You can ask further regarding the feature. I mean the cost. Okay. Okay, any other question? Is there any other questions? Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Tim Lim, for the questions. Okay. If there is no question, I will end. Okay. I will end the live now. So I will give you 10 seconds. Okay. Think if you have any question, okay, you can ask. All right. Okay. Don't shy. You can ask me. Okay, I believe there is no question more regarding plastic parts or plastic design. Okay, if you have any question regarding the cost, all right, you can directly email or send the inquiry email to our sales team email. Okay, sales@acadsystems.com. Okay, so I will add the live now. Thank you very much for those who give 100% focus, okay, attention to this pre lesson. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, and bye bye. Okay.